Hey everybody, it's your boy Carlos here.
And Joseph.
And this is The Passenger Seat.
All right.
We don't have to edit that.
Right?
Because now we say it at the same time.
Yeah, we said it at the same time. It's so nice not having that technical issue.
All right.
Welcome, riders, to another week in The Passenger Seat. Sorry for not posting a video last week. As you can see, Carlos is here in Puerto Rico.
Woo!
And yeah, great to have him here. Finally reunited, and it feels so good.
Oh man, yes. I took a vacation just to, have fun and stuff, and we thought we'd, also record. So last week, it was the week that I arrived, and we usually record on those days, so I arrived on that day. We figured a little too busy at the moment, so we didn't record that video. We apologize, but we're recording this one now. We're finally together after I don't know how many videos.
I know. It was almost 7 months worth of videos, yeah.
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm not staying. I will come back to where I originally live, and we'll go back to the same time.
Yeah, but it's cool to be able to do, one of our videos the way we used to, sort of, because we don't have the same setup that we had. I'm in the middle of a move, so I also don't have the usual setup that I have. All right, but without further ado, let's jump into our topic. And if y'all notice our shirts, y'all can tell that we're talking about Hunter x Hunter.
Well, for these non-anime watchers, Hunter x Hunter.
Right. I remember I used to say that. Yeah, so we're basically just going to do a little recap of the story, basically what it's about.
Yeah, synopsis and stuff like that. Stuff we use.
And how we felt about it, I guess. I know that Carlos recently watched the whole thing, so he's a little bit more fresh than I am.
I also loved it too.
Yeah, I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter in a while, but I'll do my best. Anyways, so yeah, Hunter x Hunter, do you want to go ahead and give the synopsis?
Sure. So Hunter x Hunter's story starts off with this young boy named Gon Fierce. Freeze. There you go. This young boy named Gon, he lives in a small island called Whale Island, and he wants to set out to be a hunter to find his not lost father, but his father sort of left.
Yeah, his father went out to go get milk and never came back.
So he basically wants to go ahead and find his father, but to do that, he needs to become a hunter. There's a program called the Hunter Society, and in that society, you have to pass a couple tests to become a hunter and get your official license. As a hunter, you're able to travel any part of the world without purchasing a ticket, or go to any top secret areas without any questions because you are a licensed hunter. They go as a variety of hunters. You have the hunters who go for gain and make food, and then you have hunters who are hired somewhat like assassins, somewhat. And then you have hunters who do architect, and it's just like a lot of different hunters and stuff like that. So in the first season of this story will be the hunter exam, which this is when Gon gets to meet all his companions to go along with him on an adventure to find his father.
Yep, he meets up with, first one is, what's this guy's name? The one with the suit?
Technically they were together.
Yeah, exactly. So they started off together, but that's the first person he's with. And then Kurapika is the second person.
Yeah, it's Leorio and Kurapika.
Yep. And then lastly is Killua.
And lastly is his best friend throughout the whole series, and that was Killua, shirt he's wearing. Killua is an interesting character. He actually comes from a line of assassins that comes from the most famous assassin family, and at least in the anime, in the manga too. But yeah, so that's basically the story. I guess if you want to say it, technically is about him finding his dad, but you'll get a lot of different adventures and lessons along the way that they'll learn to become more powerful to be able to get to that point.
Right. So a couple of obstacles which break down into sort of arcs of the story.
So before we get into the arcs, we'd just like to obviously bring out to you guys that this was a manga that was created in 1998 by a manga artist and writer, Yoshihiro Togashi,
Yes.
who still not writing anymore.
They're on a hiatus. Yeah.
Anyways, now we'll get to the arcs.
Yes. So the arcs pretty much break down with the Hunter exam, as Carlos mentioned. Then we go through a sort of tower, sort of like Mortal Kombat style tower where they go.
I feel like it's more Street Fighter. It's like this, like, in Mortal Kombat they kill people.
Yeah, but there's a mode in Mortal Kombat with a
Okay,
tower that you go up. Yeah, okay. Anyways, it's sort of a tower thing where they go up. There's like 200 floors that they basically have to go up and defeat harder and harder opponents and sort of honing their skills.
By that time, at least in the second season, they get to learn what is called
the Nen.
What is called Nen.
Yeah. It's basically like the equivalent of ki.
And essentially, yes, it's some power that you come from your body if you reform and practice it and stuff like that. Yeah.
Basically equivalent of ki.
The third arc is about the Spider Gang. The arc is, from what it seems like, yes, you have Gon and Killua looking for a rare video game that his dad left a message in. But this arc is usually about Kirabika.
Yeah.
Because he has a vengeance to get the Spider Gang.
Right. So we have, that arc with the spiders, and then we have the actual Greed Island, which we forgot to mention also as part of the sort of synopsis. Gon's dad leaves him this sort of message to find in this sort of Sword Art Online style video game, but not really, because it takes place in the real world. Basically, they connect to this sort of PlayStation looking thing. It's called a Joy Station.
Yeah.
And they're transported to this world. Again, it's in the real world. And basically, the winners of this game
have to collect all the cards.
Right. So they have to collect all these cards, and the winner of the game gets to keep one of the cards and take it to the real world. And basically, they get to use that card in the real world. Mm-hmm. And these cards have a bunch of different abilities and stuff.
It was 3.
No?
You take 3 cards.
You take 3?
Yes.
Or was it 1 for each?
I think it might have been 3, but now you mentioned probably 1 for each.
1 for each, and 3 of them pass.
Yes. So and this season is very important because they get a new mentor, and this new mentor, blonde girl who is like 80 years old, but actually looks really young. She teaches them about using their Nen abilities even further, which this is where Gon and Killua learn their special moves.
Yep. So the 5th arc is the Chimera Ant arc, where there's these sort of... Huh?
It's the best arc.
Yeah, it is. It's basically these insects that basically they eat other beings or other living organisms, and they sort of
evolve into they splice their DNA with other organisms, and then when they get born with that organism's like DNAs.
Yep.
And the queen gets a first savoring of a human. That's when it becomes a big problem for the Hunter Association, because they start eating humans.
They start eating humans, and then they end up eating a human with Nen abilities, and then they get even stronger, and then it becomes a huge issue. And they try to get as many hunters as they can on that problem.
Definitely one of the longest arcs, but definitely one of the best. Because there's a point where the queen dies and she gives birth to a son, and the son is the king, and the king has 3 followers who are sort of like his knights, I guess.
Yeah, they're super powerful, and the fights are really good in this arc. And then that takes us to the last arc, which is this very politically driven arc.
It's one that sort of leaves that taste in your mouth of like, where's the rest?
But spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear any spoilers, we recommend you like, comment, subscribe to this video right now, pause, and you can leave. No, but seriously, if you don't want to hear any spoilers. But in the 6th arc, Gon actually finds his dad, and there's this whole conflict that they have to sort of resolve. And by the end of it, Gon and his dad, get to be reunited and spend time together doing whatever.
Which would seem like a good ending, but it leaves the mind wanting more.
Because it's not an ending.
Yes.
It's, again, they went on hiatus, and we're still waiting to see what's going to happen with that story.
So, yes, unfortunately, a lot of Hunter x Hunter fans are obviously humongous fans, but they're also waiting for this to happen. Just like the Bleach fans were waiting for that to happen.
Oh, but that's coming. We already know that that's coming.
So we're waiting for the Hunter x Hunter stuff to appear whenever he takes time to write another arc or whatever he wants to do. But honestly, really amazing anime. I'm so glad I watched it. I got through it pretty fast because it's just that addicting, really, honestly.
Yeah. And it is quote unquote pretty short compared to the very long animes such as One Piece and Bleach and no, it's relatively close to Bleach, I think.
Yeah,
Bleach
mind
is 360 episodes.
The 5th season alone has 52 episodes.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, Hunter x Hunter was a really cool concept. I didn't expect to like it or enjoy it as much as I did. I honestly needed like a push from a friend to watch it, and I don't regret it. Yeah, honestly, it's really good.
Yeah, I think I actually, when I first started trying to watch Hunter x Hunter, the first 2 episodes, for some reason I was like, I don't know. But if you stick through that,
Yeah.
and you get to the point where they're in the Hunter exam, and then you get dosed in there, you just love it.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of shows like that. Yeah, this is actually one of the only anime, right, where you actually like the protagonist.
Yes.
Who's your favorite character?
Yes, the protagonist that Gon is a protagonist. He's my favorite character, and Joseph knows I never have a favorite character in an anime, a long anime.
Who's the protagonist?
Yes, in a long anime, who is the protagonist? Because in a short anime, I do love Spike Spiegel and Cowboy Bebop.
And you also like what's this dude's face?
Bastard Stampede and Trigun.
Yes, and what's this guy's name from Megalobox?
Oh, that guy too.
Yeah.
Fearless Joe. When it comes to really long animes, I sort of lose track in the heroes and the main protagonist. I usually go for somebody else as the anime progresses. This is actually the first anime that all throughout the whole thing, I was like, go.
Yeah. Oh, I'll stick with Killua. Close to my heart.
All right. I guess
that pretty much sums it up. Yeah.
Pretty much sums it up. Brings it to the end. So sorry we can't make more videos of us beside each other and like this.
Yeah. Personal. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get more chances like this in the future. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us today in the ride, and as always, like, comment, subscribe in this video. Tell us who your favorite character or what favorite arc did you have during Hunter x Hunter. Let us know. And please let us know if you wanted us to talk about any specific topics or anything that you might find interesting.
I guess spoilers ahead. One of our next topics would be about the upcoming Pokemon games for you Pokemon fans out there, okay?
Yes. All right. Thank you again, riders. Hopefully you'll join us next time here in the passenger seat.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Joseph here. Oh, I said Joseph, my bad.
Hi, Joseph.
Yeah, sorry, that was weird.
I'm Carlos.
Okay. Before we mention the arcs, we just have to remind you guys that this manga was created by Yoshihiro?
Yoshihiro?
Toshiga?
No.
No?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, you wait right there. We'll get you an answer.